Husky fans, welcome into episode number 10 of NIU Weekly. We appreciate you coming on YouTube, and hope you can subscribe to this NIU Athletics YouTube channel. We've got not just NIU Weeklies, we've got press conferences, we've got highlights, a lot going on here on this YouTube channel here, NIU Athletics and NIU Weekly here. Really good show this week. We're going to talk a little football. We're going to talk with Daryl Agpalsa, assistant coach, offensive line for NIU football, and also some men's soccer to get ready to host the MAC tournament here starting on Thursday. Ryan Swan, head coach of men's soccer, will join us as well. It's a busy week here on campus. Starting Tuesday night, NIU women's soccer taking on Illinois State. We got football on Wednesday, NIU taking on Ball State. The Bronze Stalk is up for grabs. Also a grab to try to take hold of the MAC West. NIU football can do that with a win versus Ball State. Thursday and Sunday, you've got the MAC men's soccer tournament here in DeKalb. Semifinals, West Virginia will take on Georgia State, 3 p.m. on Thursday. And then it's the main event, NIU, number 1, taking on number 4, Bowling Green. That's at 6 p.m. on Thursday. There's admission fee for the MAC tournament for men's soccer here on campus, the NIU Track and Field and Soccer Complex. So just know that, but that's Thursday. Friday and Saturday night, volleyball hosts Buffalo. Right now, the Huskies in the number 6 spot. 6 teams go to the MAC volleyball tournament. NIU right now, number 6. See if they can keep that, secure that spot. They got 2 matches against Buffalo, one on Friday night, one on Saturday here in Victory Court. And then on Sunday, the MAC Men's Soccer Championship winners of the semifinals go at it at noon on Sunday. The winner of that gets the automatic NCAA tournament bid. So we've got a lot going on. We're going to talk a little football. We're going to talk a little men's soccer, but we'll start out with some football. Well, NIU football's got a big one on Wednesday night, taking on Ball State. The Bronze Stalk is up for grabs. Also, the Chase in the MAC West is up for grabs at Huskie Stadium on Wednesday night. We're joined by assistant coach Daryl Agpalsa, who works with the offensive line in his 3rd season. And coach, it's great to get you on. And yeah, you guys have played well in the O-line. It's been a good year so far for you guys. But before we get into that, just tell us a little bit about your background. I said this is your 3rd season here at NIU, but how did you get to DeKalb?
Yeah, it's a long road. You know, I started, I'm born and raised from Hawaii. Started out in the West Coast, and through my coaching journey have had stops in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Whitewater, and Buffalo before I got my way to Northern Illinois. So a lot of people would tell me I did something wrong in my past because I spent my life in so many cold weather states, but it's been enjoyable and it's been a lot of fun.
Let's talk about the offensive line. And I've talked to Coach Hammock a lot about these guys. It just seems like you guys are maturing, right? You still got some young guys, but you got some leadership as well. But it seems like you guys are maturing as we move into the season and continue.
Yeah, we are. You know, it's kind of fun being in my 3rd season now and having the opportunity to be around them for several years. They have a great understanding of our system. They own our offense, and they take a lot of pride in doing things the right way. So just excited to be a part of the journey with them, really.
And I've talked to Coach Hammock about this officially, right? You guys have only given up 6 sacks, right? Now, Thomas Hammock will say, no, it's less than that. Rocky Lombardi made some choices, right? He could have been less, maybe 2.5, 3. But even that number, you know, first things as a fan, you look at the O-line and it's a sacks. What have you given up in sacks? If you're just looking at that number, you guys have done a very good job with that so far.
Yeah, we will. And if I'm being honest with you, we don't pay attention to it. You know, at the end of the day, what's super important to us is make sure we take care of the quarterback. You could say to us, getting Rocky hit is no different than getting him sacked. Our job is to keep him clean in the pocket. And, you know, we take great pride in doing that. And if the statistics tell us we have 6 sacks right now, we got 6 sacks right now. So
I'll start with Braden Patton, the center. And that's the leadership, right? That's the type of guy you want there at center. What have you seen from Braden, not just this year, but your time here at NIU?
Oh, man, he's outstanding. He's an outstanding young man. And I'm very, very blessed to have him in our room and have had him for the last 3 years. He's such a great leader. He's a catalyst in our offensive line room, and he shows people, especially our young kids that we have in our program right now, how to do things the right way all the time. And that's invaluable as a coach.
Yeah, and he just seems to be like the quarterback right of that O-line. I mean, it kind of starts with him, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, even from the X's and O's, and you know, being a coach's son, being around the game of football, especially at the Division I level, he knows what it's about, and he knows what is required to be at your best at all the time. And for him to be an example to the young kids in our program is really invaluable. I can't say it enough.
I'm gonna go to the right tackle, Nolan Potter. You know, only a redshirt sophomore, but it just seems like he's got a lot of games under his belt. And he continues to grow.
Yeah, he's done an outstanding job. I think he's a young man that takes a lot of pride in his play and wants to be good. It's been a lot of fun to see him progress and mature as a young man in our program from where he started and where he's going now. And what's exciting is we got him for another 2 seasons after this and see what else he can grow and what he can do for us.
Logan Schernitz at the right guard. Again, he seems like he's been here longer than just being a redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
But again, a guy that you've been able to depend on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we were lucky enough to play Logan and start Logan when he got here as a true freshman and still got to get this red shirt. And, you know, with last year happening with the COVID season, he could be a 6-year starter for us in our program. And that's fantastic because he has a bunch of experience and he has a lot more room to grow. But his physicality is second to none in our program, and I'm excited about his trajectory.
JJ Lippi on the left side, again, another freshman. And we've seen that with the roster, not just with the offensive line coach,
Right.
but young, but a guy, again, JJ, another guy who's getting a lot of playing time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be around with a lot of these young people growing and maturing, you know. It really is. But JJ's another one. You know, he's waited his time. And, you know, what I'm excited about JJ is he got his opportunity, he sees his moment, and he's playing at a high level for us. And I couldn't be more excited about the young man, just kind of knowing from where he came from and what he's been going on with him in his life and where he's headed. I'm so excited about him also.
Marcus Cox to kind of finish off the left side. Again, a guy that, you know, he just brings games under his belt a little bit, right? But we've heard about Marcus Cox for a couple of years now. We say, hey, listen up, watch this guy. Marcus is going to be good. He continues to grow, it seems, as well.
Yeah, he does. He's got tremendous experience, and he's extremely talented. What I'm excited about this season is he's really taken the next step in terms of, you know, film study, knowing his job, and taking a lot of pride in doing that. And him and Nolan are both sophomores, so the opportunity we have to have him back for another couple of seasons is exciting.
Tell me a little bit some other names that fans may not know about, Coach.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, there's a bunch of them. You know, John Champ is a redshirt freshman guard. He gets time for us in our program. We have another young tackle, Evan Buss, who's outstanding and a great athlete, and I can't wait to see him grow and mature in our program. Pete Nigel's a true freshman right now in our program. You know, that hopefully we can get him some snaps later this season if possible. But he's a young, talented center for us that's up and coming amongst a bunch of other freshmen, Andy, that we have in our program that we are so excited about.
I mean, the depth that you guys have, again, really, it's the depth around the whole team, but really the offensive line, you guys are so young and you're building that depth, which is great as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And, you know, if you really look at our roster, we have a senior and all underclassmen right now on our roster, and it's awesome, you know, but by the standpoint of how we recruited, you know, Coach Hammock with his vision and what we wanted to do in terms of building it from the inside out and really having the opportunity to build great competition with young players in our room, it's only going to continue to grow and get better.
You know, we were discussing before we took the air, like, you know, a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind, you know, not great for me as a sideline reporter, right? But for you guys, the O-line, you love that, right? You want it to be muddy. Not that it can be muddy on a turf, but wet, windy, because that means you guys are going to run the football, and that's what you guys like to do, just block.
Yeah, bring it all. Bring it all. Bring all the elements. We're excited about it. You know, I think our group takes a lot of pride in running the ball. And protecting the quarterback. And at the end of the day, there's no stat line for offensive linemen. Our greatest success comes in the success of our teammates. And if we get the opportunity to protect, we'll protect, but we love running the ball.
How's the chemistry with the O-line? The guys get along? Do you see where guys are becoming more, not just teammates, more like family?
Man, they're so much family. I got to tell them to stop bickering all the time. You know, they're like a bunch of little brothers, you know, but it is, man. And it's super fun to be a part of. Just having them grow with each other and being a part of something that's bigger than themselves, and just to have this now for the next couple of years, the sky's the limit. We're excited.
In competition amongst the guys, right? I mean, Coach Hammock talks about if you practice well, you're going to get on there. I mean, maybe the starters, you know what you're going to have for the most part, but if you get out there and you compete, there's going to be an opportunity, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've done a lot of things this season where we design personnel groups where we can get 6, 7 offensive linemen at the field at the same time. So if you can prove to us in practice, because we always preach about playing practice like the game. And if you can do that and show us and we can trust you to do the right things and we can count and depend on you, we'll always find a way to get you on the field.
How would you describe the offense overall? We've seen what Rocky Lombardi's done as of late, 532 yards passing last game out against Kent State. You guys have been able to run the football. It really seems like that offense is doing a good job right now.
Yeah, we really have, you know, from Eric Eidnitz, our OC, to Tony Sorrentino, Jason Anabuaga, and Nick McKissick-Luke as our run game coordinator. We've really done a great job just gelling and building chemistry as a staff, and that's really been poured into our players. Our players own the offense, that they're excited all the time, and whether we run the ball, and now we've shown that we can throw the ball. We're not a one-dimensional offense, and at the end of the day, when you can run at all cylinders at a high level, it's fun to be a part of.
Talking about Ball State coming in Wednesday night, Braun Stockholm, so a lot on the line in the MAC West. It's a defense from Ball State that's given up some yards, about 400 yards per game. And again, it's no surprise that NIU wants to run the ball, but what are some of the keys going up against that Ball State defense?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, what we always pride ourselves is being the most physical team on the field. I think there's a physicality, you can do a lot of things wrong, but if you can have a certain level of physicality each and every week going into a game, that's always going to be tried and true. Obviously, we always want to do a great job establishing a run, but at the end of the day, we got to see what they're trying to do to us, and we got to take advantage of the opportunities that we may have, whether we run the ball or pass the ball.
What's the most exciting part of your job right now?
Watching our players grow. It's such a fun thing to be a part of with a young football team, and then watching them turn the corner from where we were last season and all the hard work they put in, and now they're starting to see the fruits of their labors, just to be a part of the process with them and watch them learn and grow and become better, and knowing that they could be even better. What a great time.
Well, listen, it's great to have just one senior like Patton to have on this team, but to have the youth that you have and to see the depth and what the competition's brung at that O-line. Looking forward to not just what this year is going to bring, but other years. Appreciate the time. Good luck against Ball State, Coach.
Thank you, man. So thank you so much, Andy. Appreciate being on here, man.
From NIU football to NIU men's soccer, the regular season champs in the MAC and now hosting the MAC tournament here in DeKalb on Thursday and Sunday. And it's great to get on head coach Ryan Swan. And again, Coach, since we've talked, you go out there and win a regular season MAC championship. Great job. I know it's because you're on the show. I'll take some credit, but it's really what you and the coaching staff and the players have done. Congratulations so far. And you're hosting the MAC tournament here in DeKalb. It's got to be an exciting time.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. And, you're kind of joking there, but it really has been a collective effort from everyone in Husky Nation. Like, the fans have been out and been great. Our support staff are always fantastic. So it really has been a great representation for, I think, the whole athletic department, that people have come together, and now we're getting to host a big tournament.
Coach, was there a point in the season that you thought maybe this could be special? Was it maybe in the preseason or before we got ready and just getting to practice? But was there a point in the season where you're like, this team could be pretty good?
We were feeling pretty good about it in preseason, of where our team was. And then after a few games, we were like, you know what, we are pretty good. It was tough to get a really good judge on exactly where we'd be. I think, when we beat Marquette, who were, I think, ranked 18th nationally, beat them 3-0 here and looked very good. It was like, man, this team really could have something. But we felt right from the start of preseason, there was really good balance within the team. We knew we had good talent in there. And as the games kept coming and the wins kept coming, it was like, all right, maybe we're onto something here. So, yeah, it's been fantastic.
How important was it to get ranked too, Coach? I mean, you got up to, 15 and 16th ranked in the nation. That says something about where you got with this program so far.
Yeah, I think it's tremendous. Obviously the most important ranking is the one at the end of the season, and there's so many teams around the country playing different schedules. It's tough to get a true gauge on it until we get to the national tournament and beyond to see where everyone kind of falls. But no, I think it's good recognition of the work that the teams put in, and obviously we've had some great results. And I was happy when we started to see those the national rankings that the guys were getting recognized for their accomplishments.
I want you to expand on the offense, because we know about Nick Markanek, 14 goals this season, but he's gotten help, and that offense has just been on fire.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, we talk a lot about the balance of our team just now, and I think Pepe Martinez, when he came in and joined us this year, really added something and he's a very talented player, but I think he was just the right guy at the right time for us, that for all the nice things that we had, he really offered something a little bit different and kind of complemented the guys around him with a different style of play and the attributes he brings. And then after that, we've had obviously Kiki Banuelos is in getting a bunch of assists and a few important goals in there as well. And his work rate is just fantastic, and his knowledge of the game. And one of the big things with him is, as much as he does on the attacking side, he's really key for us on the defensive side as well. He's great in the air, and he doesn't mind contact. And so he's just an example of one of these guys who's getting the stats, but also has been another guy just from the balance side. He's been offering so much to the team. And then I think you look at Diego Minez and Zach Thomas, Eddie Knight, all been coming off the bench or starting games, and just bringing a lot of good energy and good talent to the team as well. So it's just a lot of really exciting attacking talent right now.
Listen, Harry Jolly and Martin Sanchez are going to be mad if I don't talk defense. So we got to talk about the defense, right? You can score a lot of goals, but I know the defense has been stellar as well.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. I think we went 700 and something minutes without conceding a goal earlier on in the season. We've had a lot of shutouts, and it's been really good. And I think it truly is a collective effort. Obviously, Martin deserves a lot of the credit as the last line of defense, the guy that has to come up with the big saves when we need. But it truly has been a collective effort. I think when you look, the back four again, their job is to prevent the ball getting through to Martin and trying to limit our opponents' attacking options. But after you go past Harry and Tito and Anthony and Malcolm in the back four, the centre midfielders, and as I mentioned, even our strikers are all doing their part to make sure that we just don't give much away during the games.
You go undefeated here in DeKalb at home, and you're hosting the MAC tournament. How much of an advantage is that for your team?
Well, I think it's great to be able to host a tournament. It's nice, travel can take it out of you. So to be able to be here is one thing, but it truly has made a difference. I mean, we've been good at home, but it truly has made a difference. I think as you look at the crowds, as the crowd got bigger, the results kind of got bigger as well in magnitude of the game. So having the NIU faithful out there and cheering us on. I mean, the last time we played Bowling Green, it was a tie, 1-1 here. But normally I don't hear the crowd a whole lot, but I heard them in the pre-game, kind of giving the Bowling Green guys a little bit of stick and making some noise over there. And it just changes everything. It changes the energy around the stadium and the excitement for our guys to get on the field. They always want to be on the field, but when you've got someone cheering you on and there's that noise after a goal, it truly makes a difference. So we're hoping that we've got the home field advantage, and we hope we have that home crowd advantage as well. So
it starts Thursday here at the soccer complex. The first matchup, I kind of want to get your thoughts too on this first one, number 2 versus number 3. So you got number 2 West Virginia taking on number 3 Georgia State at 3:00 p.m. on Thursday. I know you're breaking down BG, but give me a little bit about your thoughts about West Virginia and Georgia State in that 2-3 matchup.
Yeah, I mean, both very good teams. And I think if you look at the MAC this year, everyone's been good, but all 4 of the teams that are in the semi-finals here are ranked in the top 50 based on RPI. So strength of schedule and results it's just been a really tough schedule. It's a really tough conference. But yeah, West Virginia were undefeated until we beat them 2-0 here earlier in the season. But they're a very strong team and an experienced team. So they're always tough and kind of play a different formation to a lot of the teams we see. So they've got things figured out and are very good. And then Georgia State, this is the first time we've got to see them, obviously, as they joined the conference. But I know they're just a really tough and well-organized and well-coached team. So it's no surprise that the 4 remaining teams are all very good and very competitive. And obviously our focus is on Bowling Green. But yeah, we'll be kind of keeping an eye on that one as well. I think it'll be an exciting game at 3:00.
Yeah, and then as I like to call the main event, right? Number 1 seed NIU taking on number 4 Bowling Green, 6:00 on Thursday. Break down the Falcons for us.
They've been a tough team for us the last several years. I think if you look at I think in my time here, my 5 years here, the number of times we've gone to overtime with them, it's quite incredible. It's just it's a tough matchup, really committed all over the field, hard-working team, and very dangerous from set pieces. They scored on a set piece against us earlier on in the year. So we know we've got to kind of limit the chances we give to them and be careful about our defending, not to give them that, because I think that's their main weapon in attack. But yeah, just another team that I think are completely committed to the way they play and what their coaches are looking to get from them. So really tough every time we play them, and I don't anticipate it being any different here on Thursday.
What are some of the keys going against Bowling Green?
I think the opening 20 minutes or so of this game is going to be really critical. They come out a very high tempo team. And so making sure that we match that, and then not to get too caught up in the speed and tempo of the game, but to make sure that we're composed and, again, not get caught up as a semi-final of a conference tournament, but for our guys just to come out, focus on what we do well, and that's getting on the ball and moving it. And I think if the guys are relaxed and composed, then we're going to create opportunities in this game. And again, games at this size, it's always going to be how we do in the final third for both teams. And so who can be more ruthless when we get into that final third. And as you mentioned at the top of this, we've got a lot of really exciting players in the attacking part of the field. So I'm confident going into this one and excited, but no, it's a big challenge for us.
Again, West Virginia, Georgia State, 3:00 p.m. on Thursday. And then right after that, NIU taking on Bowling Green at 6. And then the championship on Sunday, November 14th, championship game, noon Central Time. Looking forward to it, Coach. Again, congrats so far, regular season champs, but I know you got another goal ahead of you. Good luck against Bowling Green.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So we talked a little NIU football, a little NIU men's soccer. Again, a busy week with women's basketball opening up on Tuesday night. Also, we've got volleyball, we got football. It's a lot going on campus. We hope that Husky fans can make it out. You can make it out to campus sometime this week. NIUHuskies.com is the website to get tickets. 815-753-PACK. Again, there's some great promotions going on, especially for football. One I've heard about, you buy a ticket, $10. That's good for 2 games. That's good for not only the Ball State game, but also the Western Michigan game later on. So there's some good promotions out there, some good deals. Again, season tickets for women's and men's basketball are out there. $35 season tickets for women's basketball, $80 season tickets for men's basketball. Again, volleyball on Friday and Saturday night. NIU volleyball in the 6th spot right now, trying to secure their spot in the MAC volleyball tournament. They got 2 big ones against Buffalo again, Friday and Saturday here, Victory Court. Hopefully you can make it. Special thanks to our guest this week, Daryl Agpalsa, assistant coach of offensive line here at NIU Football, and Ryan Swan, head coach men's soccer, as they get ready to host the MAC tournament starting on Thursday afternoon. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll see you out on campus. Hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday night for football as well. We'll be on the radio on Wednesday night, 5:30 p.m. pregame. Bill Baker, Mark Lindo, myself. The call kickoff around 6:05. NIU taking on Ball State. TV will be ESPN2. Turn the volume down on TV and listen to us on the radio as the Huskies try to get back in the winning track and take a grip on that MAC West. Let's try to do it against Ball State on Wednesday. Hopefully Sean Frazier will be back next week. Until then, get ahead here in the campus, see some of these games. Hopefully we get some wins this week. Until next week on NIU Weekly, go Huskies.